Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you, as requested by your CNC, the Corporal Training Information Guide, brought to you by one and only Kenny Coffin, aka Max, aka whatever the fuck else you want to call me. Basically, this is the rundown of the Corporal Training script that, I don't know, do the officers, do the NCOs do it now? I don't even know anymore. I don't even work here. But this will basically give you a rundown of what you need to know when you are becoming a corporal and then eventually heading into the sergeant stages. First off, we want to get you familiar with the ranks board, because this will help track your progress in USM, and you'll get to see your ranks and why you were promoted, and get to see all the committee points and stuff that you may or may not be earning, because if you're not earning any, you are a slacker and you need to step up your game, son. But basically, the ranks board is located, and I've come to understand that is a new website, usmhabbo.org. That is usmhabbo.org. And then from there you can pick your branch, Air Force, Army, and Marines, and then look at the ranks from there. Let's use Marines as an example. If my internet will stop being slow. Okay, so at the top here you will see the Marines insignia along with index, forums, ranks, logs, query, send PM, committees, and officers. From there you can pick any of them, and then if you scroll down you can actually see the list of ranks for that particular branch and see who they were trained by in the enlisted. You all see the promotional tags of who promoted who, blah blah blah, yeah. And then if you click committees you can see who has earned what as far as points. Okay, that's enough for the ranks board basically. But from there you can check the logs, you can check just about everything. Do a little bit of exploring, you'll figure it out for yourself. Up next is the forbidding forest known as the forums. The official website for the forums is www.usmhabbo.proboards.com. From there you can make an account. You'll get approved eventually, I guess, by one of the admins. But from there it is a plethora of useful and non-useful information depending on where you look at it from. From there you can see the proposed legislation, see what people are trying to get passed that will never get passed, because the people that decide on it have the final word. Then from there you have your forum and technical help if you're having some kind of technology or computer problem. One of our quote unquote gurus in the computer field can help you out with that. Then you have the general board, and then the branch specific boards for all your information. Then your reference board, talking about insignias, how to set up ranks, past and present officers, basically all that. And then you can, if you're leaving us because you're a asshole and you're going to somewhere else, the HQ, you can post retirement and people can say, "Oh, I love you, come back soon," or "You were so fucking stupid, never come back." It all depends. Then you have your absences. Basically, if you are going to post an absence, follow the rules, or Eric, if he's still the moderator, yes, Eric will have a bitch fit. Love you, Eric. Then you have your archives, your past and present documents, public information from the Department of Defense, the Department of State billets, public information from the Department of State, and then you have the other. Let's talk about spammingness. The oh so glorious board of spammingness run by our beloved Kyle and Steven. You will find some very, very, very creative, to put it at the least, conversations in there. Just, I guess the golden rule for spammingness is don't be a fuckface. because if you are, it's not taken very kindly, I guess. But there's some good quality stuff in there. A good time for all to have. And then you have your USM news, recreation, video games, graphics, and suspension of belief. And that about does it for forums. To create a new account on the forums, you're going to go to the website, which is usmhabo.proboards.com. You're going to scroll down to the near bottom where you can see a login window. When you find it, click the link that says create new account. From there, you can put in your info, yada yada yada. Once it is activated by an admin, you're free to use the forums for whatever you like. If you want to post a video, you want to brag about something, you want to show off. If you just want to get ridden out by Kyle and Steven, hey, that's, fair game and spammingness. And that about does it for forums. Now the corporal duties and instructions. And I am reading this verbatim from the corporal training script by our lovely Tiffany from Air Force. It says here that now that you are a corporal, in addition to recruiting, you're now able to observe trainings. Basically, when one of our sergeants is going to train, you can request to watch in on the training, and this is the best way to learn how to start training. Well, it can be depending on who is training. If you have someone that is completely terrible and trash training, that's probably not the best teaching tool. But you will observe a couple trainings, maybe more if you're having a problem getting it down path. And you will basically form your own way of training. It has to be by script, but you can basically mold it to your liking. You're going to be asked to read the script online, which you can be found in multiple places on the forums. Ask an officer where you can find it. And basically, to move up to sergeant, you will be graded based on your training skills by an officer. And believe me, it's not as intimidating as you think. Most of the officers are just probably sitting in the back, poking in every once in a while, making sure you're reading the script or something. So basically, there's no reason to be nervous at all in there. But yeah, it'll just basically be you training the officer as if they were a recruit. And then from there, you'll either get a pass or a fail. And if you pass, you're a sergeant. If you're not, you're a corporal still, and you need to work on some stuff. But that basically does it for the corporal script. If you have any questions, I suggest asking one of your officers, because they'll definitely know more than your average person reciting the script over a podcast. So yeah, since you're a corporal, yay, all that good stuff. And most likely you've probably worked here before, and this corporal training script is a bunch of BS to you and is obsolete. But for those few new people, congratulations, I guess, on making it this far, and hopefully you'll stick through it and not be a child and try to go somewhere else. But yeah, this is Kenny Coffin signing off for the... This isn't really a podcast. This is a recording of the corporal training script, because you lazy fucks don't want to read it. So yeah, Kenny Coffin signing off. If you have questions, ask your officers, ask the administrative people, ask anybody in HQ, because they'll basically know more than you'll do, maybe. But yeah, peace.